I think cars are toys. You know, as a kid, you have toy cars, and as I got older, that didn't change for me. No offense to the other people out there, I'm not gonna have like a Prius or a Camry or something that makes sense for an adult. I don't want to do that. Remain a child, be a child. Play with your cars.
I've never seen that.
So I got an electric bike because my best friend Jen Soto, I was living with her for a little bit, and she is obsessed with street bikes and like motorcycles, and was like, dude, you should get one. And I'm like, no, dude, I fall too much on my board. Like, I can't get on a motorcycle. That's like asking for it. So then I got the electric bike because it only goes like 25, which honestly is pretty fast.
I could be in the worst mood ever and just be totally down, pissed off. And as soon as I jump in one of my old cars, I turn that key, my mind goes completely blank, and literally there's nothing on my mind, and I'm as happy as ever.
Yeah. If you know where this is and you're gonna skate it, please put it back where you found it.
I have a very deep appreciation for pretty much everything old, all the way down to old skate videos, skateboard spots, movies, cars, architecture. Pretty much anything old is amazing to me. This obstacle right here is majorly influenced by Thrill of It All, Welcome to Hell, and they even have some tricks and Misfit Youth on these things. All to Jamie Thomas. Yeah, people trip out all the time on why we want to own all these old grandpa cars. They're like, people like your age want Ferraris, Teslas, Audis, and you name it. And I was like, I want something elegant. I want a Cadillac.
Since the dawn of time, Cadillac and Lincoln have been huge competitors, and so have me and Chris together skating. Chris got a Cadillac, I had to get a Lincoln. That's how it was.
Customizing vans kind of happened not by choice in a way. I had like lost my job at the time, and I was just like, what am I gonna do? I just looked on Craigslist, and this was before vans were even like a popular thing, you know, and saw one that was like $3 grand, and I was just like, okay, my rent's $1,000. If I live in it for 3 months, it's like the same thing. So I bought that van, lived in it for 3 months, and then I slowly started modifying it. Then I sold that van and was like, oh, like I can get a new one and get it better. And then I sold that one, and then I just kept like doing it. And that was just like my little side thing I did in my garage at home when I wasn't skating or filming. And then COVID hit, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna like build. Everything's here, I can't leave the house. But I lived in between 2 apartment complexes, and I was making noise like all day long. Eventually, like the city came and they're like, hey, you're gonna get evicted if you continue to like make all this noise. And I was like, okay, either I give up and don't do this anymore, or I get a shop and just like do it for real.
My buddy TJ built this door so you can like access it from the side. I was sort of one of his guinea pigs, like one of the first vans he did. I wanted something that I could work in, sleep in, that I could travel in. I can cook in here, play Nintendo. I got a blender, you've got power, you've got solar, so I can be a little bit off the grid. And I'm essentially a 40-year-old, 14-year-old, so it's part work truck and it's part like a recreational vehicle.
What's up? My name's Eric Bragg, and I got the best wheels in skateboarding. Just like the first time anyone ever gave me money to produce something like of my own, it didn't have to be for a company. There was no point to it. They were just like, the barracks was supporting directors, and they're like, we're gonna give you X amount of money per month to make like whatever you want. And I didn't even need 4 seconds, but to go like, okay, I'm buying a car, we're gonna skate it. I bought a 1984 Delta 88, and you have to get something that's at least that old because you need it to be made out of steel. The cars nowadays are made out of plastic. They're not very skatable. You know, we weren't going to skate spots. We were going to spots where we could make skate spots with the car. Like, we'd go out, I was like, oh, there's gonna be so much cool kick out, like B-roll. You know, people are gonna be pissed off. Everyone was just like, what? That's so cool. We're just like parking on sidewalks, blocking traffic, flying into the street, and cops just driving by, just like beep, beep. Complete criminal activity, and no one cared. They just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like skating cars is like skating rocks. It's just part of skateboarding, you know? You gotta understand the vibe about skating cars.
So there's a lot of perks of the bike. I don't have to worry about gas. I don't have to look for parking ever. I just park it right at the spot we're skating at. I don't have to worry about red lights. No, I'm kidding. But that's, we can't say that. Like, if there's traffic, I'll definitely get there faster because I'll just take the bicycle lane. It's a lot better than having a bicycle looking for spots because I have a little power that'll get me up a hill I usually won't like explore with my bike. And then I'll find like some house spot or like an alley spot. I haven't towed anybody into a spot, but that would be a big perk. Everybody loves it. I'll have a lot of people stop and be like, what is that? Is that a bike? Wait, how fast does it go? How much was it? Like, and like stopping me in like traffic. I'm like, dude, like, it's a Super 73, look it up. Like, I highly recommend an electric bike for a skater who's like on a budget, doesn't want to pay for gas and do something good for the earth. For me, it's like a perfect transportation.
This van in particular is not a great team van, right? Like, it's not for a lot of people. It's really, really custom built for like what I've been doing lately as far as filming skateboarding, like just working with a couple people. It's way more productive than like having a traditional car. It's been super huge filming the part for Ryan.
In terms of like everything you need being in one vehicle, this is the one. When I have this van on the road or like at a session, I know like no matter what, we can make the spot skatable. We can get clips and then put it on the TV and actually see what it looks like in a large format, which is super helpful and points out a lot of little things that like I might not like, and gives you the opportunity to like maybe go redo a trick or just know that you got what you were trying to get.
The idea that like you can pull up to a spot and it's like, oh man, this crack's a pain in the ass. No worries, I got that crack. Oh man, these branches are just in the way. Like, no, I got a chainsaw. Oh, it's wet. I got a torch. Skate stoppers, like not a problem. You got a kink, we can cut it off. It wouldn't be as efficient as it was without someone like TJ doing what he does. Not that he only makes vans for skateboarders, but like to have a skateboarder and someone who understands what you need to film a skate video, doing custom builds on vans, that's insane.
The road and skateboarding are just like hand in hand. So like in my eyes, the best wheels in general is like a van. Every person needs something different. Like Axel came to me and he's just like, I just wanted like a bed and a place to put my bike and an extra seat for other people. Like someone like Zion might be completely different. He's like, hey, like I'm a surfer and a skater and I want to bring my homies and like I want to have like a studio to record music. Being able to build something in a vehicle that helps you like achieve whatever goal you're trying to achieve is like a beautiful thing, I think. I'm excited for like what we're about to launch because like, you know, Zion's gonna be a part of it and a couple people are gonna like design vans that are like rental vans. My whole mission is just to like get people out of their comfort zone and enjoy the open road. Vans are like such a big part of skateboarding. So like I want to offer that experience to someone who maybe like wouldn't be able to do it otherwise.
This is a 1968 El Camino put on top of a 4x4 chassis. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein, and I got big plans for this thing. So this is gonna be my camera car. This was actually the inspiration behind making this thing a camera car completely. These are called rock sliders, and during off-roading, it's to protect your vehicle. And I looked at it and I thought, well, that would be really easy to mimic with speed rail. Essentially, speed rail is a standard cinema-sized pipe that every camera accessory made, whether it's lights or rigging gear for an actual camera, can mount to that rail. Couplers. To me, like all cool camera gear is modular, and so this whole car I wanted to be modular too. This is a Cinemilled speed rail mount. These can be put here and here, here and here at a 45-degree angle, whatever you want to do. And then there's a tow hitch in the front as well. So you can take this whole system, put it in the front of the car, and mount to other parts of the car too. So I figure if it can film a car chase, I can film a skateboarder down the street, you know? That's gonna be easy. The baddest asses off-road El Camino ever made, and also the coolest camera car you could possibly get.
Yeah, I've had some people try to buy it off me, but I'm not interested in selling it.
None of these cars are for sale, and we go to the grave with them.
We're twins, so no matter what, at the end of the day, like, we're always gonna be into similar stuff, doing similar stuff.
For me, this is the best thing on wheels. Movies had a big influence on me with these cars. Almost every 90s movie has one in it. There's always like the hitman or the mafia boss kind of guy driving the car. He's all tied up now.
This is inspired by Barra's crooked grind on the Trans World April '97 issue.
To me, this is the best car because look what you get for your money. Yeah, it's bad on gas, but at the end of the day, I'm all about miles per gallon, not miles per gallon, so it's all good.
It's funny, 'cause it's not something I've ever really thought about, but there's a crazy connection between motor vehicles and skateboarding. And does skateboarding exist without cars the way we know it? Like, absolutely not, right? It would change everything.